We arrive at the land of the dragons for a monumental event, featuring action, drama, and a proper love interest for Spike.
That's 2 new pairings in a row! Shippers rejoice! I'm Finn the Pony, and it's time for Finneys.
Oh, Spike, to say that your reception across the fandom is mixed would be an understatement. I've seen people that adore you, I've seen people that despise you, I've seen people that could care less if you existed or not. Opinions are pretty much all over the place. I'm happy to say that I've always been on the love side of things myself. Despite having a few clunker episodes, which, let's face it, pretty much everyone in the main cast has had, Spike's proven to be both an enjoyable main character and an even more enjoyable supporting character on several occasions. He's been a fun comic relief, an enjoyable straight man, a loyal and helpful assistant to more ponies than just Twilight, the list goes on. And yes, he is cute in every sense of the word. If he was real, I would give him schnuppers. But let's cut the fluff and get right to the big question. Did I enjoy Spike in his first starring role this season? Short version? Yes, I did. Long version?
Yes! 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 Yes!
Anyway, let's look at the story. While hunting for gems with rarity one morning, Spike ends up getting a strange scale condition, which according to the princesses, means that the Dragon Lord is calling upon his kind for an important announcement. Accompanied by Rarity and Twilight, Spike travels to the Dragonlands and ends up in the presence of Dragon Hail and Princess Tsundere. Lord Torch and Princess Ember. It's finally time for a new Dragon Lord to be chosen, and what better way to find the perfect leader than to put them through a gauntlet of grueling trials that only the strongest and toughest of dragons can pass, since according to Lord Torch, only tough and strong dragons make good leaders. Knowing that letting any of his fellow dragons win would spell trouble for Ponyville, Spike decides to try and win the gauntlet for no other reason than to keep his friends safe. He ends up saving the princess from certain death during the first trial, and suggests that if they work together, they could cover more ground. The princess is very hesitant about friendship since teaming up and making friends is out of the norm for dragons, but after they brave most of the gauntlet together, she starts to warm up to Spike, and even wards off Garble in the final trial, allowing Spike to claim the prize himself. In the end, Spike gives the scepter to Ember, leaving the Dragonlands in capable hands, and allows her to prove to her father that leaders can come in any shape or size. He leaves for home with his 2 friends, who were surprisingly able to follow him throughout the whole gauntlet to cheer him on, and he walks away a true hero. I'm fairly certain that most of us have heard this story before.
It's a society where only those that are strong are seen as capable of wielding power, but our much weaker and smaller protagonists will find a way to defy all odds and break down the social barriers thrust upon them, paving the way for others to follow. It's a narrative that's appeared quite a few times over the years, but even the most cliched premises can work if you have brilliant execution, and this episode nails it. First off, let's take a look at the world building. Something that just fills me with excitement every time I see it in an episode. We're introduced to a new element of dragon culture, which shows how a new Dragon Lord is chosen. It's not done by bloodline like a normal monarchy often handles things, but instead by testing which dragon is the most strong and determined of the bunch. I was a little confused when I saw that all the gauntlet participants were pretty much the same age, especially since we've seen older dragons in the past, but there are a few possible reasons as to why this is. Maybe according to dragon law, you have to step down once you reach a certain age, so Torch decided that only young dragons should participate so that the next reign would last a long time. Could you imagine if the winner of the gauntlet was only 1 year away from the required retirement age and they had to do it all over again the next year? Talk about awkward. Throw in some interesting new locations and a unique method of summoning all dragons to one place, and you've got world building that left me more than satisfied. What about the characters? Well, Garble makes his first appearance since Dragon Quest, and I'd be lying if I said I didn't enjoy him. Combining his doofy mannerisms, like not understanding sarcasm, with the fact that he keeps getting the tar beaten out of him, made for some pretty funny moments. Lord Torch's shtick of constantly yelling at everybody definitely made me chuckle a few times, plus I gotta give serious props to whoever did his design. And then there's Princess Ember. Despite having a few moments of cringeworthy dialogue, she wound up being a fairly enjoyable character. She learns about the magic of friendship and teamwork after being raised in a society that shuns it, and she's the first person from Spike's species that considers him a genuine friend. I'll admit that I'm more intrigued about what she could be in the future rather than what she currently is. As the new Dragon Lord, will she end up going down a path similar to Gilda and share the lessons she's learned with all of her fellow dragons? Will we be seeing her in future episodes and maybe get a glimpse of the impact that her reign has had on her kind? We'll just have to wait and see, I guess.
When it comes to comedy, there were some genuine funny moments here. Aside from Garbo and Torch's silly bits, most of the laughs actually came from Rarity and Twilight shenanigans. They share some enjoyable exchanges of dialogue and give us one of the funniest running jokes I've seen in a while, where they keep showing up out of nowhere wearing different disguises. How do they keep managing to keep up with Spike? Where do they keep getting all these disguises? Heck if I know, but it definitely had me laughing the whole time. But what truly makes this episode a memorable one for me is Spike. Spike absolutely kills it in the protagonist role of this episode. He realizes right up front that if any other dragon were to gain power, the ponies would pay a serious price. So without having to be persuaded or encouraged by anyone, he bravely competes in the gauntlet with the single goal of protecting his friends. Along the way, he risks his life to save a fellow competitor, and even helps a jerk like Garble out of a serious jam without hesitation. And when it all wraps up, he leaves the immense power of the Dragon Lord position in someone else's capable claws, content with just knowing that no harm will come to those he loves. Now this is what I like to see. It's true that Spike has been shown to be a very snarky, silly, and even lazy character at times, but when push comes to shove and his friends need help, he's proven that he can be generous, helpful, and incredibly brave. This episode continues to expand on his character, showing that he will go to any lengths necessary just to keep the ponies he loves safe from harm. No extra motivation, no desire for the power that comes with the prize, just selfless dedication to his friends and nothing else. Add in the fact that he's willing to help a fellow dragon at the drop of a hat, even if it lowers his chances of winning, and you have nothing short of Spike's best starring role in the series so far. I have been waiting diligently this season for that one episode that would set the bar high for those that would come after. The one episode that would give Season 6 the 1-2 punch of quality it needed to start off on the right hoof. And I'm happy to say that Joanna Lewis and Christine Sonko were truly on fire when they wrote this one. Gauntlet of Fire manages to pass every trial that a good MLP episode should with flying colors. The animation is gorgeous, the world building is excellent, the new characters are memorable, the comedy is top notch, but best of all, this is the definitive Spike-centric episode, bringing all of the best parts of his personality to the forefront and giving him some genuine growth as a character. I'd recommend this episode to Spike fans and non-Spike fans alike. It's truly a great viewing experience regardless of what side of the coin you're on, and it might even give you a newfound appreciation for the little guy. Not sure what the future holds, but as of right now, this episode is a true champion, and one of the current best of Season 6. Well, I hope y'all enjoyed my quick little playthrough of this episode, and feel free to tell me what you thought of this episode in the comments below. Is this your favorite episode of the season, or is there one you like more? Do you think we'll get to see the dragons again in the future? Personally, I want to see a season finale where Twilight, Gilda, and Ember all have to lead their groups to defeat a super powerful evil. But hey, that's just wishful thinking at this point. Thank you for playing along with me. I'm Finn the Pony, and I'll see you all next time on Finbits.
Of Equestria, hear me! I have been Dragon Lord for longer than many of you can remember, and my reign has been extraordinary.
The name's Saxton Hale, Australian, CEO of Manco, and the man who's gonna burn this place to the ground.